Noone. I'm sitting here with Drew Noone, my dad. We're going to do our reflection for the current event project. In week one, I wrote about the trailer that was released in America that sparked many protests in Libya and Egypt. It was a 14-minute trailer called The Innocence of Muslims that depicted Muslims in very horrible fashions and depicted their Prophet Muhammad as a very not kind of a prophet kind of guy, kind of a stupid person. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I guess there's two main things I took out of the stories from reading is that the United States has to do a better job of letting the Arab world know that our government doesn't support this kind of insulting video, but we do, because of our First Amendment, support the right of anybody to say whatever they want.
It's kind of a weird gray area.
Yeah, and in the well, it's not a gray area here. It's clear. You can say anything you want here. You have the First Amendment rights, but the government doesn't condone hate speech, which is really what this is. And the Arab world thinks that it does, because in their country, everything that goes out of the airwaves is either government cleared, government filtered, or government approved. And so they equate what they live with as to what we would live with. So they think that they're angry because we put that in. That's the true anger. The other thing is that a lot of the violence that came out of this were really political parties or people with political aims inside these countries who are reforming their governments, who are using this as an excuse to foment problems and riots and violence, even though they don't have any. It's tangential. They're using this as a reason to start something up.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate for America in these countries,
And they're using this to tap into that and start, even though it's sort of side to it's not part of what they do. So, week two.
Yeah, in week two, we talked about there was a bombing, and I think it was bomb in a gas station. It was a bomber plane that was actually the Syrian government attacked their own thing, because there are some armed insurgents in Syria right now, and the Syrian government was trying to track them and kill them, but they thought that someone was in the gas station, and they ended up killing a lot of civilians.
Which is actually the Syrian government and their leader has killed lots of civilians. Syria is another country in that part of the world that is where the people are. It's the part of the Arab Spring. The people are looking to become self-governing. Whether it's democratic in our sense, I don't know, but what they don't want is either monarch or dictator any longer. They want to have some say in how their lives are played out, and the leader just doesn't want to leave, and he doesn't want to let go, and he's attacking his own people in many ways. And this is just another horrible example of where he's hitting innocents to either scare them or intimidate them so that he can hold on to power.
So week three was in Germany. There was some kind of food poisoning going around. A certain company had been processing food for children. It's a company that makes lunches for children for school, and there was something wrong in the food, and it gave thousands of people very bad food sickness, and there have been some cases of fatal occurrences. So what do you think about this?
Well, actually, I think this is, I hadn't heard about this, but I think this is a great example of the benefits of living in this country for things that we take for granted and for services that the government renders that proves that the government does good things, meaning the Food and Drug Administration, which clears and sets standards and tests and makes sure food is free of viruses, free of bacteria, is healthy, is handled cleanly, the drugs are tested to make sure that there's no contamination. And all of that watchdogging, all of that quote-unquote regulation is what it is on people who produce or manufacture food or distribute or sell food. Like this company, like if it were this company in Germany, if it was in the United States, we live in we have clean water, we have clean air, we have clean food because we have a government that monitors and makes sure that those things happen. And it looks like whatever controls they have here weren't very good, so that thousands and thousands of children ate some virus-infected food. You agree?
I agree. Week 4, there were thousands of peaceful protesters gathered in Jordan to protest their government. And I thought this one was really interesting because there was a peaceful protest that the government wasn't interfering with. There hadn't been any, like, you know, injuries or arrests or, like, police attacking them. It's something that the government was completely okay with, and I thought it was showing progress in this portion of the world.
Yeah, actually, I may be wrong, but Jordan is a monarchy, although the king is a fairly progressive individual, and they are moving towards elections and a constitution that they've written, and so he is a great example. He and Jordan is an example of where, and they're involved in the Arab Spring as well, like Libya and Syria, only they have a leadership that is not holding on to the old kind of power. They are providing paths towards democratic and citizen ruling with reforms and things step by step. I mean, he's still the king, but he's not killing people, and he's giving people more and more autonomy and ability to have a say in what their government, and that shows where people, I think they weren't angry at the king, they were angry at domestic problems, unemployment.
Yeah,
the
economy.
Yeah. So that's a great example of where one of these Arab countries that are moving towards more of a democratic rule has shown a way to do it the right way, peacefully.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for having me.